Are you a winner or a loser? Take 10 minutes out of your life right now. Go find a mirror, look yourself deep in the eyes, and ask the question that 99% of the world is too terrified to articulate. Are you a winner or are you a loser? This isn't about your potential or what you hope to be one day. This is about your current reality, your current habits, and the results you see in your life. Most people are walking through life as NPCs, non-player characters who simply react to the environment around them. They wake up, check their phones, scroll for an hour, and wonder why they feel empty. They are too busy being distracted by the 97% to realize they are in an endless, constant, hyper-competitive struggle for every pound, every girl, and every opportunity they desire. Your life right now is a perfect reflection of every choice you have made. It doesn't matter if you were born into a tough neighborhood or if your father was an abusive alcoholic. While those things may not be your fault, it is for damn sure your responsibility to fix them. Fault and responsibility do not go together. When you blame your circumstances, you give those circumstances power over your happiness. The moment you stop pointing the finger and exit victim mode is the moment the road to power begins. If you are a winner, you don't care how you feel. You understand that the work needs doing and it must be done. The billionaire and the bum both have the same 24 hours in a day. The only difference is how they manage their life energies. The world today is designed to keep you docile, weak, and distracted. Look at the people around you. Most of them are floundering through life, unaware of how competitive the landscape really is. Every single thing you want, someone else wants too. There are people out there who will absolutely annihilate you in any single metric because they are not wasting time whinging about how life is unfair. If you are sitting around feeling depressed because your girl left you or things aren't going your way, you have already lost. You do not have time to be depressed because it is a non-competitive mind state. While you are wallowing, someone else is taking the money, the status, and the future you claim to want. You have to decide if you want to be an important man or someone who is just existing and fading into history unremembered. As a man, you are born relatively valueless. You have to build yourself from the ground up. This is terrifying for most, but it is a massive opportunity. You get to decide on all the different characters in the video game of life. You can choose to be the businessman, the athlete, or the leader. But to become that person, you have to stop being an amateur. Most people fail because they are lazy, arrogant, and refuse to learn from those who have already achieved greatness. They think they can do it themselves, but everything great that happens in life requires a coach, a mentor, and a relentless work ethic. The number one factor that decides how successful you will be is your ability to absorb stress. Most people are not mentally prepared for the level of bullshit that comes with massive wealth and power. You have to decide where on the scale you want to live. You could be a brokey on the dole with no stress, but you'll have nothing. If you want a monumentally successful life, you have to be prepared to handle the headaches, the government pressure, and the internal wars. The more problems you can fix, the more money you are going to make. Success is a curated choice of which pain you are willing to accept. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You should actually hope that you don't get rich too early, because men are built on the back of struggle. All the bad things that happen to you are the building blocks for the most fantastic version of yourself. When people say they're burned out, they usually mean they are chasing tasks that drain them instead of missions that fulfill them. You don't need an app. You need a resurrection. You need to rewire your entire mindset because you were never built to coast. You are a weapon, and the world has convinced you to live like a tool. It is time to audit your life like your future depends on it, because it does. Stop treating yourself like a victim and start acting like a general. Think about your ancestors 200 years ago. They were out in fields starving, surviving the Black Death, and struggling just to exist so they could reproduce. They went through hell so that 200 years later you could exist. For you to sit on your ass and do nothing is a betrayal of your entire bloodline. You are the end of their legacy, and you owe them a debt. You have a duty to be massively, monumentally successful to show homage to those who came before you. God loves people who try and people who work hard. If you actually try, not just convince yourself you're trying, but give it 120%, you'll be amazed at how lucky you become. The world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you deserve based on the work you put in. You must have enough respect for yourself to give your best 100% of the time, because excellence is a habit. There is no point in half doing anything. You may as well not have done it at all. Most people go through their entire lives without ever giving 100% effort to anything. They postpone their greatness until tomorrow or next year, and every time they do, a part of them dies. You need to feel the weight of what you are risking by standing still. Fear is not the enemy. It is the signal that you are about to evolve. Comfort is the cage. Your life will never be in a straight path, but it must have a direction. You must be in the driver's seat, because if you aren't, life will drive you. You need a vision, but it's so big it overwhelms your fears and keeps you up at night. If you reach your goal, set a bigger one. If you get to the top of the mountain, find a taller peak. Winners never stop. They are proud but never satisfied. The challenge is what makes life great and fulfilled. You didn't come this far to only come this far. You came this far to be strong enough to grow further. Stop looking for a shortcut. There are no shortcuts in the storm. Fulfillment comes when you align your personality with what your soul actually came to do. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do that. When you operate from the interior of yourself, your work becomes authentic and you cannot miss. You become unforgettable because you are operating at your highest expression. But to get there, you must fill your own cup first. You cannot offer gallon-sized contributions to the world if your internal vessel is empty. Honor yourself, discipline your behavior, and move from a state of hoping to a state of executing. Nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. You will fail at some point. Accept it, embrace it, and use it as a stepping stone. Thomas Edison didn't fail 1,000 times. He found 1,000 ways that didn't work. If you are going to fall, don't fall back, fall forward so you can see what you are going to hit. Extract the lessons from every defeat and use that energy for the next phase. The difference between a champion and a spectator is a belief that overrides the crowd's disbelief every single time. Their belief is so strong that even when they get knocked down, an intentional force makes them stand back up. Arise, champion. You have the same 24 hours as the billionaire and the same 24 hours as the bum. What are you going to do with your time? Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life or being trapped by dogma. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They already know what you truly want to become. Put your crown back on your head. Let the world know your name and never, ever quit. The finish line is just a new beginning. Now, get up and go to work.